Oh, what are we getting here?
What are we getting here?
Yeah, get a little green screen.
Yeah.
Did a little camera flippy?
In the
No.
new one.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh,
The blue
I
map.
do like the new one.
Yeah.
ooh, we like this.
Nice.
Everybody's become a fan of the blue and black, so I'll rock it for tonight.
That's a really nice mask, Ivan.
And he said he's
Thank you.
extra.
She knows. She would know.
If anyone knows, it's Danny.
Absolutely.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Bane.
Hey, what's happening, Charlie?
Hello, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Oh, hey, Danny.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
As always.
I got the red memo.
Yeah.
I see.
I missed that one. Everybody else is in red but me.
Run.
Listen,
It's that time, Alea.
I went pink,
Yeah.
baby. I went pink.
Well, I'm in
Don't worry.
I'm in
Us too.
pink. It's like bright pink, but it's pink.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, thank you, Veronica.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
We're doing
pretty
great.
good. Just it's the Friday the 13th. It's a great day to celebrate all things horror filled and lovely. It's a hell of a
Yes.
mix of
I'm
times.
very excited.
Yeah. Hey, Toya, what's up?
Okay, well, I just want to welcome everybody in. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys all hopping on here. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, we are the Moonlit Margin Sisterhood. I am the founding member and co-president, and we are a book club, but also more than a book club. We really show up for our community, for our sisters in the sisterhood, but as well for authors and narrators, indie authors, narrators that are just starting out. I mean, we are here to uplift the book community. Also, we are a diverse group of women, so we are from all different backgrounds. We also read all different type of books. And one of the ones that we've been blessed to be able to listen to recently is Wonderland Asylum, which obviously was narrated by the fantastic Ivan Morea. So tonight is extra special because it is actually also the release of the audiobook. So we're super excited to kind of dive into that. We also do have Danny here as well. She thankfully was able to join as well. She also narrates Wonderland Asylum and does a fantastic job. The audiobook is available now. You guys can go on to Audible and pick that up. I definitely recommend that. It is fantastic. But Ivan and Danny, both welcome to the Sisterhood.
Thank you.
So, just to add on from that, obviously we're celebrating the release of Wonderland Asylum, and congratulations first off, by the way, because we've got the pleasure to listen to it. You guys were phenomenal. Can't even put into words how phenomenal both of you were. Okay.
Thank you.
So, without spoilers,
Yeah.
what emotional experience do you think that listeners should brace themselves for?
Oh, emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna strictly, okay.
No
Well,
spoilers now, Ivan.
right. I got to be careful here. And whoa, hold on. I just got thrown off. Is that Kaya?
It is the
Kaya.
one and only.
I was
The
not
one and only.
expecting that. Isn't somebody supposed to be somewhere?
I
Uh-huh.
am supposed to be somewhere, but the box count is off. So I want to be able to I want to be able to clip this and make it look beautiful later. So I'm just gonna fill a box. But go ahead,
Dude,
ignore
sounds
me.
good. Sounds good. But well, from at least my perspective, having voiced Kai, I would say expect to experience some carnal possessiveness, really hardcore lust, pride, is definitely a big one that he probably experiences, and a twisted fascination for Presley Kate.
That was a really good explanation with that.
That was
very
As soon as
good.
you said Cardinal, I said, "Oh,
very
got
on
back." That's for sure.
Yeah, she said.
I said, "Ooh."
Very accurate. Very
Very
accurate.
Very accurate. Yes.
It's that.
Yes,
It's that.
yes,
It's that. Like. It's that kind of need that's almost borderline violent. You know.
And you
Yeah.
did that extremely well.
100%. How would you describe your character's role? Like protector, villain, or was it something kind of in between those things?
It's interesting because it's the Donovan brothers aren't necessarily good people, right? But you can't help but kind of love them at the same time because of their why. Their why is what makes sense. Like from the position of from Kai's perspective, he doesn't see himself as evil. He's absolutely justified in what he's doing. The people that he unalives had it coming, and he's willing to unalive anyone for Presley Kate because she's just that damn worth it. So to him, it's all justified intentions and goals. So he's not a bad guy. In his mind, he's actually a bit of a superhero. And Presley is something that is there for him to protect and to love and devour. So.
And he does.
I was going to say, yeah, he does all those things and more. But I mean, I agree. Like, I don't know. I found myself kind of like, I think being a dark romance girly, I think it's kind of natural. But like, I found myself just like, I don't see anything wrong with what he's doing. This is perfect. Like, it's wonderful.
Now, I have a question, since I'm assuming most, if not all of you have heard it, right? To some capacity.
Yeah.
Now, my question was, just because again, I am newer to the style, and because he is such a younger voice, how did you take that as a listener, since the typical voice would be a heavier, more seductive style, while his was a more youthful kind of hunger? Did that add to it? Did that take away from it? Was it a new flavor that you didn't know you would enjoy? Like, what did you think of that?
I think Jazzy should answer this. She looks really
She said,
She's like, pick me, please. Pick me, Ivan.
Pick me.
go ahead. Yeah.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the represent.
Listen, I loved the youthfulness because normally you have that really deep, grounded voice that's like, seasoned or whatever. But I love the youth, the energy that it brought to Kai. Like you could tell that he was like obsessive, but it was excited. Like he was excited to see her. It was more like a carnal, like excitement. Like it was just pure energy. And I'm just like, ooh, okay. The moment you laughed, like the laugh, I was like,
I'm sorry.
I was like, bruh.
We talked about this.
I think that's like a sisterhood wide thing where like that laugh. Oh,
That laugh, I was like, okay, that's new, and I freaking love it. Like I was here for all of it.
I think Alexiana and Bree both gave me that same message. That laugh. I was like, oh, wow.
I don't think I told the sisters that I had jumped into your DMs, but as soon as I heard that first laugh, I was like, sir, F the growls. It's the laugh.
I said
don't
the
need
same
growls. I
thing.
need
I said
laughs.
the same thing. I was like, who needs growls? Like, just go find his laugh. Like, Lord Jesus.
But I think new, and I think it was definitely needed because it was very something different that I haven't experienced before, and I loved every second of it. Not gonna lie.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right, cool. Good
yeah,
to hear.
I would agree that like like you said, I think we are like just kind of used to hearing that kind of deeper, just kind of growly thing. And it was new, but it was really refreshing. And what I liked too was that there was like, along with like the carnal aspect and like the excitement and everything, for me it was like yearning. Like I could hear
Yes.
just like his need for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that that was really nice, that you could actually feel that sense of like, I just need her, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you did a really fantastic job. I liked the difference.
So as a little
And
sneak peek, just because it's in the chat, guys, they are requesting the laugh. You have multiple people requesting it.
You have to do it.
Laugh. Well, it's funny because I mean it's not very different from my norm. I would say I think that's probably what made it so good, is that it is a genuine laugh. You know, that's literally just how I laugh. So ultimately, it was more of a. So yeah, it's kind of devilish. You know. Kind of playful.
Why did we all hide? We were all like,
Yeah, you guys got it. Everybody just
I'm
did.
telling you, where's my fan? Where's my broken Dollar Tree fan?
Danny's doing it too. She's in a hot damn.
I'm gonna turn up the AC real quick.
Kara got sick because we can't see her.
I'm just sitting here kicking my feet.
Got a little
So
thirsty.
So even though you kind of had like you know, that more youthful approach, it still was obviously like very, very dark. You know, the dark romance and morally gray theme was still heavily in there.
Mm-hmm.
How did you kind of balance that like vulnerability with the power in this performance?
Honestly, what helps a lot is kind of keeping, again, it's really just keeping the why of the character in check. You know, ultimately, why is he the way he is? And there's that, but also juggling the plate with the fact that he is young. You know, he is a young guy, and young guys have this kind of puppy dog energy to them, especially when they're infatuated with something. You know what I mean? Like he's not in love. He's absolutely obsessed. So it's that feeling of love, you know, it turned up to 10. But with the derangement that he would go so far as to erase people if they got in the way of what he wants. So it's playing the balance of that puppy dog energy, but that puppy dog also will rip your face off if it had to. So it's kind of remembering all those things at play kind of at the same time. So it's not so much that you're playing the scene for what it's asking for, in the sense of, okay, Kai is possessive here, so act possessive. He's loving and playful here, so just be loving and playful. It's writing a through line through the entire story so that you can kind of see ultimately what his full arc is like. So it starts off where he is just kind of playful and just kind of flirty, and then kind of obsessive, to absolutely dark and obsessive, to he can't function without her. And it's really making it obvious. So it's kind of like slowly upping his stakes, you know, because it's really a Presley Kate story ultimately. It's really her arc. But through that arc, you see how he also kind of grows as a character, because she's progressively letting herself go to that dark place with him. So as she gets closer, he becomes more, you know what I mean? Because she's starting, he knows that he's reeling her in. He knows that she's falling for them. So as that happens, he kind of starts to be even more protective of her. He's like, oh, okay, now I got her. Now I can kind of unleash a little bit, and I know it's safe. So it's really kind of riding that line and keeping all those things at play at the same time.
Well, you did a really good job at that. Yeah, I think that too, like that takes like a really special skill and talent to kind of, you know, like you said, kind of weave all those things into one and not just focus on, you know, this is the one emotion I'm supposed to be showing. You kind of had a really great ability of like tying all of them together in each scene, where you kind of amplified certain parts, but you did a really good job of still kind of keeping that playfulness while he's ripping someone's throat out. You know, like it was really really good, really a good job doing that.
Yeah, thank you. Because he has his moments where he's flirty, but perfect example where he kind of has a controlled, playful, scary, fun kind of flirtation with Presley, right? But then when you see him unwind, like it's not that he's like, okay, I'm going to take control, as much as it is that he's losing control, which is chapter 21 is really where you kind of notice it, where he's like, I'm in control, but I'm also very much out of, like, I have to do this. I have to do this thing, So, yeah, like I like that he has those moments where, to a capacity, he's so vulnerable in what she's doing to him unknowingly that he finally just gives in, and he has to just take what he wants.
Yeah, just to touch on that a little bit, I love the way, like, from the beginning, he was like super, super playful and flirty, and you kind of just built on top of that. And you kept the playfulness, but it became like more serious, and he became more wrapped into her as she was getting more wrapped into him. And it was just like delicious. It was super delicious. Love it.
Delicious.
And there's the laugh.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but when you said chapter 21, we're all like,
Chapter.
chapter 21.
It's my favorite.
That chapter and chapter 33, just warning everybody in the comments, when you read those chapters, you'll understand our reactions.
Don't read it anywhere public.
I was just going to say, make sure you're at home.
Ideally, avoid the public while you're listening. Unless you want to be embarrassed.
Listen to the disclaimer.
Well, since we were talking about kind of unhinged characters, why do you think that flawed, broken characters make the most unforgettable love stories?
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I think, personally speaking, at least, I think we all, if we're lucky enough, we've all felt an attraction to someone that, if it were to go to its fictional extreme, would mirror some of the things that we read. And I think that's kind of the perfect example of something, like Kai, or characters like Kai, is that, if we were to take a really big magnifying glass to some of those feelings that we've had for someone, where we're really attracted to the point where we're just like, man, I can't eat, I can't sleep. Like that's the norm. But if we were to really blow that up and really exaggerate it, it ultimately would be a Kai situation. It would become borderline dangerously obsessive, possessive, potentially. So I think we enjoy that kind of character because there is a capacity that if we really, really wanted to go there, we very easily could. So it kind of scratches a weird itch in our brain where we can kind of live vicariously through these characters because they do what we never would. And that's why we kind of fall for them a little bit. Same thing, who wouldn't want to be seen through the eyes of someone like Kai? Can you imagine somebody who cared about you that much that they would literally erase people for you if he felt even remotely threatened? Obviously, in the real world, that's frightening, that's dangerous, and obviously it's somebody you run away from. But if
romantic,
if there was even 1% where that was okay, we would absolutely love to be at the receiving end of that kind of emotion.
I'm sorry, did you say run away from?
I know, I was like,
I'm confused. It doesn't quite compute.
I'm currently in his basement, actually.
Listen, Danny's face was like, I don't know about that.
You said I have
Danny, don't
yourself, Ivan,
before he starts hunting you guys down.
yeah, I was going to say, I mean, at the beginning of this, I said, I didn't really see nothing wrong with what he was doing. I was here for it.
ignored all the red flags. I'm going straight for it.
There you go.
Open
You know,
arms.
if you get
I'm
enough
colorblind.
red, it
Everything
eventually
looks
becomes
green.
right?
The comments are saying we don't
Stack
run
enough
unless
red
we're being
flags.
chased.
Eventually, it'll go green.
Yeah. So
Yes,
red,
Gina.
red flags who? Someone said in the comment.
I think I might have also just like swayed everyone to now go after their psychos. Like, you know what, Rob?
Yeah.
You know, I think we're gonna go. We're gonna
I
go
think
find
they
this guy
laugh
now.
like you. They laugh like you. Forget it. We're all going.
Oh well.
Yeah,
Oh,
we made it.
Listen, if anyone,
It is
if anyone
red
would
flags
have
are overrated.
Come on, who would deny this kind of laugh? It's like, look, he's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaya says my stalker's misunderstood.
There you go. See?
Show your
See,
face
Ivan
to your
was right.
stalker, Kaya. Show your
There you
face
go.
to your stalker
all-
right now, girl. What you doing?
I'm all
Yes,
about a
like-
good professional watcher.
There you go.
I like that new nickname for stalkers.
Professional watcher.
Professional watchers. There you
A
go.
professional watcher.
It's his
Well,
job.
that was a really good answer because that had me feeling all kinds of emotions. So
Ooh.
well done. Speaking of emotions, when you are narrating and you get to watch people react to different situations in the stories, what is your favorite emotion that you like making listeners feel?
That is that's a good question. It's kind of hard to nail down because it really depends on really kind of depends on the scene. But for like somebody like Kai, ultimately for me, it's almost like I'm trying to sell you the idea that he's normal. That everything he's doing is normal. Everything that he's doing is okay. That's kind of my job as the narrator for Kai in bringing him to life, is to convince you, not to scare you. You know, I don't want you to walk away scared. I want you to walk away teased. I want you to walk away titillated. I want you to walk away thinking, I want to actually maybe meet this guy. I want to know what that kind of guy is like because he is so sweet, which again plays into the whole fact that he does have that lighter voice because he does sit a little higher in my register because obviously he's younger, but it catches you unaware. You know, you hear a guy with a gravelly voice, you could be like, ooh, that sounds sexy, but yeah, he probably has some skeletons in his closet. You hear a young guy, you're like, what's he gonna do? You know, like you're immediately kind of disarmed. So I feel like it ups the stakes when he goes to that dark place because you just went from, oh, he's so sweet and innocent and playful and oh my God, he has my hands tied behind my head and now he's about to, whoa, what are you doing down there? You know, I think it ups those stakes so much better. So yeah, it's kind of like, it's catching you disarmed and making you assume that he's not going to be as wild as he actually is. And then you end up finding out that he is actually incredibly wild and incredibly unhinged. And maybe this is fine. Maybe this is okay. Maybe this should happen more. So yeah, it's kind of what it is. It's like selling the character ultimately to the audience.
Yeah, I think that element of surprise really does like add depth to that feeling. Just kind of like not knowing where he's going to go. And then, like you said, yeah, kind of being surprised, like, oh, I didn't know he had that in him, but we're doing it. So
Yeah, I like actually
and we're
what,
okay with it.
yeah.
I like what our sister Jess actually said in the comments. With Kai, you're going to take the puppy home, even though you know you probably shouldn't.
Exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell the
Even though it probably bites, we're going to take it anyway.
He definitely bites.
Oh, it does for sure.
And that fits
Oh, he
considering
bites.
PK calls him a guard dog.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to go in more into like your voice. Like, do you approach romantic scenes differently when they're meant to be seductive versus emotionally devastating? And I want to mention like your character Noah in the Addict. Like, how did
Ooh.
make the distinctions between those two?
Ooh.
That's a
Yeah,
good
those two characters are like night and day. Um, so with Kai, ultimately, the ideas were to be as playful, lustful, and I don't want to say seductive because he's not necessarily trying to be romantic. You know, like in like he would devour PK. Like he would absolutely devour her mind, heart, and soul. He will eat her and leave
100%.
nothing left. That's how Kai sees Presley Kate. He's not there to be like, oh, I'm gonna make you feel great and make love to you. No, he wants to absolutely obliterate her because she's his. You know, he doesn't mind sharing, obviously, but she's his. You know what I mean? When she's his, she's his. So that's kind of like how I approached Kai. Incredibly possessive, but sweet. As for Noah was very complex. He had a lot of different, not to be too on the nose, but he wore a lot of masks in his story. Who he was with Silas is not who he was with Delane, and who he was with Delane is not who he was with Alex, and especially not who he was with his mom, and definitely not who he was when he was with his dad. He was somebody different with every single person that he engaged with, especially when he was alone, because then that's when he was at his most raw and vulnerable form. So he was interesting because I literally had to play him as almost different versions of himself, which was really tricky because with Silas, it was playful and dangerous, and I kind of want it, but I don't. Like, I'm not sure. You know, like it was a very gray kind of area. And then with Delane, she's kind of his salvation. And I think that's why he gravitated to her so much, was because just I mean, even from the moment he saw her, there was just something that was just so purely good about her that he knew he had to have her around. Like there was something safe there, and he needed that. While with his mother, there was kind of that same thing, but it was flawed because of who she chose as her husband, obviously. So it was like kind of the flawed angel, you know, not completely safe, but only during certain times, right? And then Alex was just playful. You know, thank goodness he had a friend like Alex. Alex is really what kind of kept him even keeled, and kept him somewhat grounded, because Alex would, as we saw, he would quite literally do anything for Noah, which is like, talk about a ride or die, right? So he needed that as well. And I think having, I forget the chapter, but the chapter that was my absolute favorite was probably the hardest one to do, which was the scene when he was in his bedroom alone and he was contemplating, obviously, ending everything. That was hard. That was a hard scene, mainly because I had to dive as deep as I could go into his darkest place to basically, while I was reading it, I had to convince myself and you, the listener, that this is the end of the book. Like this is where it's going to stop. Because when the phone call from Delane comes in, it had to snap Noah and you, the listener, out of it. And I think that's a really heavy moment, and an important moment, because it shows that it really highlights how he sees Delane, because she had no idea what was happening. She didn't burst into the bedroom to stop what was going on. She didn't bust in and give him a hug and talk him down. She literally just had to call, as innocent as she was, to say, hey, how you doing? And that's all it took to snap him out of it, to realize that what he was doing was too much. And I feel like that was an absolutely incredible moment to showcase, and I think Danny kind of killed it because of how innocent already her voice sounds, and she's aloof, she doesn't know what's happening, she's just literally saying, hey, oh, did I catch you at a bad time? I'm sorry. Like that casual conversational worry was so genuine and so small to her, because for her it could easily just be like, oh, maybe he's having a bad day. But she doesn't realize that he's absolutely at the end of his rope, and just that little bit of concern quite literally saved his life. So that was a heavy chapter, and probably one of my favorites that I've narrated last year, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a chapter that both, I think Alexiana and I both talked about, of like, I think we like had to take a beat after that chapter. Like, we were like, dang, like it was so heavy, and honestly, like it felt so real that you could like really feel the pain that he was going through. And obviously, like, like leading up to that point, what took him there, you were, even as the reader, I was like, dude, yeah, how do you even come back from that? Like, how do you even like pick yourself up after that and, choose to continue to move on? And yeah, I think it was very pure and very raw and visceral that it was her that brought him back. I think that was an important part of their story, to have her kind of be the one that like brought him back from that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what helped a lot, and I've mentioned it once before, but I mean, what helped a lot in that scene too is that, I know Danny's voice so well that in reading, because like, I see the whole script, obviously, so I see when she comes in and when it is that she's talking. As I'm recording it, I hadn't heard what she did, but I know Danny's voice so well that in hearing her voice, that's actually what snapped me back to that moment of like, that actually helped my performance, because I obviously had to go there to get knocked back out. I had to kind of hear her in my head. So because I know her voice so well, as I read the line, kind of in my head, I heard it in her voice to some capacity of how she would probably perform it. Which when I heard it, I was like, yeah, that's actually exactly how I heard it. She nailed it.
I want to say that was chapter 41, because someone was asking in the comments.
Yeah, I know it was in the 40s. I just didn't.
I think I want to say it was 41. Yeah, but you just did such a fantastic job with that part. I think especially with the whole, kind of when he's like, just thinking about like his worthiness, and that all he ever wanted was to be worthy to someone. Like, I think we've all had that moment where,
for sure,
you're surrounded by people and you still don't feel like, I'm not enough for them. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So to hear you portray that, it took me back to like those moments when I felt that way.
Yeah.
And it was like, whoa, okay, I'm going through some back trauma.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough moment, but somebody's reverbing.
Yeah, it's a red thing.
Sorry.
Oh, is it gone? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's definitely that's definitely a moment that I think everybody has felt. Obviously not to that extreme, but I think everyone can relate to those feelings. Not to that extreme, but for sure has felt that, is feeling that, or has come back from that. So yeah, it's a heavy scene. It's a heavy scene.
Yeah, and I think
sure.
like what hit me the most, like without giving too much away, is that like for him it was, even though there was all that horrible stuff, like the line that was said to him, that where he was like, it was basically like, even after all that stuff, all he wanted was that love, you know, and the acceptance. And like he would have probably wrote all that other horrible stuff away if he would have just like felt that love and that connection. And I thought that that was really painful, but done really beautifully too, of like how you kind of portrayed that. Like, what do you mean? Like, why are you saying that to me? You know, like, how could you say, like, how could he say that to me? You know, so that was something that kind of really stuck with me from that kind of that whole, I think that might have been the chapter before, but kind of that whole scene, the continuation of that scene was that apart from, you know, being broken by that person, all he wanted from that person was love. You know, it's painful.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that one too, though.
So, what's the quietest line you've ever delivered that felt more powerful than shouting?
Honestly, yeah, that when Delane called, and literally it's just, hey, just literally him kind of just snapping back out of it. That's all he says, is just, hey. Like that hey has so much to it. Because he doesn't even know it's her. He's just like he's on another planet. He's on another wavelength. He's not in himself anymore. He's not on Earth. He's gone. And when he realizes that it's her, and he just says, hey, it's just like, oh man, like it's not so much that I almost went ahead and did what I did, but had I would have lost this, you know? And I feel like it's that kind of realization, like, wow, I almost gave away the opportunity to be something to this person, you know? And I think that he realized that in that moment.
Not my eyes getting watery.
I know.
You know, I was going to add to that. When you said, hey, and she says, you sound sad, and then you say, no, I'm fine, and then you broke me when you said thank you, because the meaning of it,
right?
She don't know why you're thanking her, but you're thanking her for saving your life. You know, it was very impactful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, everybody crying.
All right, so let's get back on
breathe for a second.
Yeah, on a lighter
As
note.
I break everyone for all the wrong reasons.
Speaking of breaking people, and you know, we all love our dark romance, but it's also Valentine's Day, and you know, even though we're dark romance girlies, we do love being loved. So,
yes.
Do you think obsession can be romantic if it is rooted in protection?
Absolutely, 100%. I absolutely think so. Obviously, there's extremes to everything. Obviously, so can it swing too far in one direction or the other? Absolutely. But do I find it attractive? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it might be the Aries in me, but to feel like, for somebody to make me feel like I'm the biggest thing in their world is absolutely massive. That is huge. Again, that just might be me because I'm an Aries, so I don't know. But I have a
Me
bit of
too.
an ego. If there's anything that I enjoy, it's having my ego stroked.
Alexiana, no.
Alexiana, stay.
Why is it? Listen. Y'all are not the only ones who go and tell me stuff. Every live I've been in, someone's like, "Is Alexiana behaving?" What the hell?
Wow, you can't go anywhere. We can't take you anywhere, Alexiana.
Can't take you nowhere.
I've been told I'm a little loquita, so.
As soon as you turned and looked at the camera, I was like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah, because she
See,
doesn't just
Kyle
look
says
at the
he's an
camera.
Aries, and he concurs. Yeah, see? Yeah, I think
I'm an
it
Aries
can
too.
absolutely be an attractive trait, though. I think it could be an attractive trait for sure. It's definitely not for everyone, though. I will admit. It's definitely not for everyone.
Ivan, what's darker? Loving someone too much or pretending you don't love them at all?
Ooh.
So pretending you love them too much?
No.
No,
Or-
loving someone too much
Oh, loving them
or
too much.
pretending
Or
you don't love them at
pretending-
all.
And which one is darker? I think it would depend on the actions being taken in respect to either side, because yeah, that's a okay. That's a good one. That's a really good one. I mean, it's awful to pretend you don't love someone. That's pretty god awful. But to love someone too much, that could be scary, actually. Again, depending on the actions, like how far is this love going? It absolutely can be potentially, like, at first, it might be one of those things where at first it may be sweet, and then eventually become scary and then borderline dangerous because of what they may do and how they perceive what love is. I think that's a very big part of it, because what is it, what to them is love? You know, what is their interpretation of showing love? Is it just showering you in gifts? Yeah, that could be annoying, but it's harmless. Is it, constantly buying you jewelry? Is it constantly showering you in compliments? Is it locking you in a house because they don't want anyone to see you ever again? Is it somebody who erases your contacts, who tells you not to be with anyone else? Because, again, that all could be rooted in love. But some of it can be harmless and, I guess, cute but annoying, and other aspects of it could be incredibly darker. So I think maybe that one, actually, because the other one might be mean, but it doesn't necessarily mean you'll do anything to go out of your way to harm the person. I think loving someone too much could potentially lead to a physical situation that could be dangerous.
We had some people in the chat saying pretending, but then we've got like Nomeo. He says he agrees with you because he thinks it does depend on the actions, like you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's circumstantial to a capacity, like anything else. But I mean, I think that it depends on the lens that you're looking at it through. You know what I mean?
I will say that when you said locking you in a house, there was about 4 of these girls up here that were like,
Wait,
Right?
but hold on. It depends on who's locking you in the house.
true. That's very
We're gonna just
true.
let anybody lock us in.
That's
I
very
think it
true.
depends on who's locking.
Leave it to Alexiana to find the silver lining.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say, Ivan? Jesus.
Like, girls, he locked me in the house, but it was Valentine's Day, and he didn't stop for 4 hours. So hello.
Cindy.
The spanking
Like,
wasn't
well,
a
in
red
that
flag.
case-
Not
was a
4
good time.
hours.
Well, in that case, he loved you just enough.
Too much.
Yeah, and Kaya said in the chat, and there were snacks. So that would be another bonus.
See, he kept you
That's a
fed,
plus.
he kept you entertained.
Yes.
Who's to say that was too much?
My fellow nurse Mafe, she's like, drinks water to cool down. Stay hydrated, my friend. Stay hydrated.
You know what? It's because Kaya's not up here. Well, she's here, but she's not on here. You know what? I'll take it for you, Kaya. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Oh boy.
So I
Leave Alexandra alone.
Valentine's
She's
Day.
just a girl.
I'm just a girl. That's Kaya's line.
She's just a girl.
Now we've fault, y'all.
We've got Ivan saying it too. Like, come on.
There you go. I'm in the fold. I'm in the fold.
He's in the fold.
Oh man.
So Ivan, it is Valentine's Day. Yet
Indeed.
your work often explores love in its most dangerous forms.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think dark romance understands about love that lighter genres often avoid?
I would say that it's not scared to explore the taboo. And the taboo isn't necessarily... The taboo is the taboo because we like it. It's not something you want to talk about, but it is exciting. And dark romance isn't scared to go there because there aren't too many people that'll just walk around openly saying, yes, I love getting choked. You know, that's not something that just happens, but that's not to say from the giggles that I see here that it isn't acceptable. You see what I mean?
Cindy.
So there are certain things.
Quit telling on me.
But see, that's why I went there first, because that's always that's probably the first one where a lot of people will say, you know what, like, no, who would want that? That's awful. But there are a lot of people that are like, I kind of want it harder, actually. I think you've been going a little light.
Listen,
So I think that's the beauty of dark romance, is that it explores those taboos, those quote unquote taboos, unabashedly. They in dark romance, those things aren't taboo. They're actually the norm. They're actually expected. And you go into it not saying like, oh, I expect to see X, Y, and Z. You're actually looking to see what else they might introduce you to. What else is going to be different that maybe I'd like to try. It gives you ideas. It feeds your curiosity. And while some people take it and read it and then look at their significant other and be like, no, I just like to read about this. Don't look at me like that. There are others that'll say, hey, so I read a book, and then he'll smack the book out of her hands and say, come on, let's go to the bedroom, let's try it. Right? So, you know, I think it's a great thing. You know, ultimately when it comes down to those things, I think it's for dark romance, it's awesome because it introduces a conversation that people sometimes are scared to talk about with their significant others for the fear of coming off as too much or degenerate or whatever word you want to use. But when you're actually open and honest about it, all you're doing is opening the possibility of having a better relationship and actually having a better connection and actually being more adventurous. It adds a spice. So I think dark romance is great in that aspect. And for anyone who feels that their significant other is reading too much of that, I think that's a good time to say, hey, I see you're reading a lot about this stuff. Is there anything that you've wanted to try? And I think you'd be surprised at how many people just might say yes.
Can you just say that louder for all the husbands and boyfriends in the back, please?
I'm just saying.
There needs to be a PSA for Valentine's Day. We should have dark romance.
I
should
am for
have
hire.
Ivan. Could you imagine Ivan saying PSA, boyfriends and husbands of the universe?
If she reads a lot of books that she tends to hide from you when you walk into the room, ask about the book. Read one and then see if you can role play.
Hey,
I,
I love
I
it.
am
Or,
her book
or
club
better yet,
president.
figure out what
Yeah.
chapter she was on when she blushed while listening to that audiobook.
Heck yeah. Absolutely.
That one right there.
Yeah. I mean, truth be told, what guy wouldn't want to come home and then, his wife and girlfriend, whatever, comes up to him and says, hey, so listen, I'm really turned on right now. Can you act like you just kidnapped me and just have your way with me? Yeah, okay. Let me go get the rope and the duct tape. I'll be right back, sweetie. Like,
So
why
I
not?
Not having the supplies on deck.
Why, right? Come on.
So I brought this up recently. I don't remember how this conversation came up with my husband and our friends. And he said something about the woods, and I said, "Hell yeah, dude! Just put a mask on and chase me." And
Boom.
our friends straight up went, "What?" And I was like, "Don't judge me. You don't know what I read.
They don't get it.
But
You
that's
don't
the
get
thing
it."
too that I think is nice because like obviously more so I think probably in the book talk community than like out in like the wild, but like
The
it
wild.
also helps like normalize that like in this community, right? Where like
Yes.
people I
Yes.
think are way more free talking about it, in
Yeah.
this space because it's
Oh yeah.
become like a safe space because like you
Right.
said, dark romance isn't afraid to touch on all of it, the good, the bad, and the
Sure.
ugly, the dark stuff, the
Yeah.
scary stuff, so it's nice too that, even, from friend to friend, it's really opened that conversation up too.
Oh yeah.
For sure. I like Jess's comment. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Send all your boyfriends and husbands my way. I'll take care of them. Don't worry.
I'll share.
That's actually a really good idea.
I'll set them all straight. Don't worry.
Training with Ivan.
I'll have all of you very happy very quickly.
Cannot with you.
Oh, I can't even talk. Okay.
Well, that's a good point actually that you brought up about the whole Alexandra, about the whole mask thing. That's actually why I decided to go masked as opposed to just being an emblem or whatever the case may be. That is essentially why I decided that, is because it is a trope in dark romance, is the masked figure. There's a mystery to it. There's like, even if you know the secret, just seeing the mask does something else. It like separates who's underneath from what they're doing. It kind of adds it adds something else to it. It almost frees the other person to be more than they would if they were to look at me face to face. And that's why I did it. You know what I mean? Because it helps the listener of this kind of work be able to engage better with the characters without thinking about what I look like. Because I don't want that. You don't need to worry about what I look like. That's irrelevant. It's not important. So keeping it masked adds just kind of another layer to the whole mystique of what it is that I'm trying to create.
100%.
And I will say it helps.
And you're creating the mystique and keeping it. I mean, you drop those mask videos and everybody's like, hot damn, just posting and going crazy. I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm almost always in his DMs telling him stuff about it, straight up. Respectfully.
You're not the only one.
So, Ivan, I have a little challenge for you.
Okay.
So, just a little game.
Yes.
I would like you to take the word hello and narrate it in 3 different ways. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet, dangerous, and then delicious.
Okay. Sweet, dangerous, and delicious. Okay. So, any particular order? Which one would you want to hear first or last?
Let's start with sweet and end with delicious, in that order.
Sure. All right. So sweet would be hello. So it would be my sweet, pretty average, right? Then there was what was the other one? Sorry.
Dangerous.
Dangerous. hello. So that would be dangerous. And then delicious, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Adds to cart.
Those would be my three.
Jesus Christ.
Just said, I'm done.
I'm done. Do it one more again. One more time.
We
for
lost
research.
Wi-Fi.
Not the Wi-Fi.
I'm sorry. I had to go walk my fish. I didn't know.
Yeah. One more time for research, baby.
For science, of course. For
For
science.
science.
science,
We're scientists now. Hi.
Hey.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Look at you, baby.
I am here for the delicious.
Hello.
Oh, that's what come on camera for.
I bet you are.
Give her the
Oh my
delicious.
gosh.
Come on.
The
She got the red
delicious
lip
again?
and do the delicious. She's red lipped and everything.
One more.
Delicious.
No, he changed it.
No, he changed it.
Because I could say hello, but that's
That was good.
Because that was for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love
Kaya.
that. That looks great.
Goodness gracious.
Kaya, you look
like a
so
full-body
good, girl.
sister,
Yes, she does.
I had to get my hat out of storage, so like I'm still trying to like bend it properly, but I got my
Still looks good.
Tennessee whiskey shirt on, and hold on, show you guys the fit.
Hell yes.
I was gonna say we've been waiting for hours. Jeez.
All right, let's be nice, right? Let's be nice.
Listen. Just
No,
as
she
her
only
phone
brought
just
it out
broke
because
up.
Ivan was on.
Oh Lord.
You guys go to your next question. I gotta go all the way upstairs.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what's one line you'd whisper to listeners who fell in love with your voice first?
Oh, wow. Like a line that I've done, or like make something up if they fell in love with my voice?
Either one.
Ooh, either or. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
here for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sat, baby. We're sat.
I mean, if some, that's a good one. You kind of caught me on a loop threw me for a loop on that one. But I mean, I can't necessarily think of any particular line I would give them as the characters that I did, because truth be told, they've said a lot of different things. But if I were to say one thing, I would just say, I'm so glad you're here. Please stick around. Trust me, this voice goes up and it can go down. I'll just leave it at that.
Did you see Kaya's face? She said,
Look at you, mommy.
Look at
I
her
see
little
you,
scrub
Kaya.
show.
I see you, mommy.
Okay, so I just got boots, Tennessee whiskey shirt, and a hat.
Do a little turn for the camera, girl. Do a little whole.
Like,
ooh,
Look at you, mommy. I'm no better than a man.
Then she went camera off real quick.
I'm no better than a man, Kaya.
I have tiny T-Rex arms. I can't turn it all the way with the phone.
She's like T-Rex arms. That's awesome.
Hold on, I can put the phone down and turn though. Hold on.
Oh hell yes! You know what? We're here for it.
All right, here.
I know, between the way Kaya looks and Ivan's voice, I think we got a freaking good
We got
show
dinner.
here.
We got a dinner and a show, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, girly.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
No, baby, we
You
can
look
see you.
We see you, baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
You look so pretty.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's my
I just
sister.
want to give a shout out to all the sisters showing up today, and Ivan and Danny for forgiving me for not being able to be here the whole time. The rodeo only comes once a year, so
Exactly. You gotta capitalize.
She's got to go to the boy zoo.
Go to,
The boy zoo?
Yeah, you know, you've heard of the boy aquarium being
Yes, ma'am.
It's the boy zoo when it's the rodeo.
Well, actually,
Because you got
the boys
because you
do.
got the horses and you got the steers and you got everything. I get it.
guys, Wonderland is not. Well, look, we're rugby fans now. Okay, like
Listen, because of Kai? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because of Kai.
Yes, because of Kai. That's so funny. So, to go back into our questions, and of course, you should have expected this question from me. If your voice were a warning label, what would it say?
Let's see. That's a good question.
Oh, Sheena.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Let me see. If I were to put a warning label, I would say, I would just put warning, and then underneath it would say, contents can be incredibly addicting. Don't be fooled.
Okay.
I like that because it's not giving
Not
too much
wrong.
away. It's like just
It's
enough
very accurate.
without
Yeah.
without spoiling.
No, just so
Well, it's
someone
enough
learns,
to be a
not you.
warning, but also be enticing.
Oh, yes.
You know, because you know you're going to have people say, well, I'm not addicted to anything. And hook, line, and sinker, done.
Facts. 100%.
All right, real quick, we want to do like a little rapid fire question round.
Okay.
And I think we're just gonna go sister by sister, maybe.
Let's
Perfect.
just go down the whole box. All
Let's
of them.
do it.
Yeah, let's start with the Miss Thang.
Cindy.
All right, so quick answers only, no elaboration unless it's just
Okay.
like absolutely gold. Okay.
Okay.
So whispered threats or controlled silence.
Whispered threats.
All right.
Slow burn or immediate tension.
Ooh, I love a good slow burn.
Obsession or inevitability.
I'm going to go with inevitability.
One listener alone at night or a whole room listening together?
Oh, I'm spoiled. I want that whole room.
That's fitting to his Aries ego. Now, be honest. Do you enjoy the chaos just a little?
No, I enjoy it a lot.
Yes,
Love it.
you do. You do.
Love it.
It's only evident.
So we always kind of like to end too on just kind of asking you, and Danny, you're more than welcome to join in as well if you have any questions for us.
Oh. Well, I mean, I had my question before, but I would say, let me think. As a narrator who is now more, that's a little bit, more public now, what would you all like to see more of from us behind the scenes? Like what is interesting? What would you like to see? Like the process, the character, like is it literally just this is what I'm working on today? Do you actually enjoy seeing us read out loud? Do you actually enjoy seeing us narrate, or do you like to be surprised when you see the final product? That kind of stuff. Like what would you in an ideal world like to see more of from us narrators outside of the product we create?
For me personally, I'm curious about all of the background stuff. I want to know, like, like all of the things that you do to make it sound so flawless. So that would be something that I would really enjoy personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like seeing the actual like narrating. I don't think it's for me, like I don't think it's a spoiler necessarily. Obviously, like leaving spoilers and stuff like that out. But I
Right.
like the like live readings and things like that. I think those are really fun and kind of like get people amped for the story to kind of see
Okay.
those little bits and pieces here and there.
So like
I,
like a sneak chapter of something,
Yeah.
maybe
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of like a tease chapter, or even like a piece of. Okay, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's good to know.
I would
I think
like to
that's
see
important. That's good
more.
for authors too. You know.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of you like getting into character, like what makes you or what gets you into that character where what makes the character tick. Like how do you get in that process of thinking like what would this person how would this person say this or how would this person say that as you're getting into character? I think that would be totally interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
I would say I have two things. One would be more of the acting side of it versus the narrating. Like the acting the sound out. Like if in the book it says grunt, then grunt and don't say it. Like I'm not big for like the water is wet, it's water, we know it's wet. I don't need 8 paragraphs of that. Like can you like can you do the action?
Yeah.
I would say I want to see more of that, and then I also want to see more of the authentic like secret side of you. Obviously, it won't be too secret if you decide to do it, but maybe do it rarely. Of like when you come out of a really tough moment, like the chapter you were talking about earlier, talk to us. Like do a video. Don't do it live. Just do a video of you coming out of that. Like I would love to see you like set up the camera and be like, man, that was tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like let us.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
that
like
too, because
that.
then it kind of ties you into that emotion when you do finally read that book.
Yeah.
You'd be like, man, like I know how that made him feel, and it kind of helps connect you to that.
I would say also maybe like a private invite occasionally. Like you can have people raffle for it or win it. But I think I know one thing that I've heard a lot about Joe Arden's Addict was that when he was recording certain books, there's people that still talk about certain chapters he did to this day and how it just rocked him. And they got to sit there. So I don't know if that's something you can do. But I think that would be really cool to be able to like sit with you in that moment, just to select you, you know?
Yeah, that would actually be cool. I mean, that one is a little, I wouldn't say like necessarily difficult. He has a little bit more leeway, obviously because he's Joe Arden. You know what I mean? I'm no Joe Arden by any stretch, but it would be kind of getting the okay from the author to be able to do something like that, as if they don't mind. So it's a little, I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's just, we'd have to jump through one more hoop than he would per se. But I don't think, at least in the type of work that Danny and I do, I don't see that as necessarily being difficult to try to pull off. It would just be dependent on the narrator, obviously, because some narrators, they like to stay behind the curtain when they work. Not all of them necessarily like to be looked at as they're, making the hamburger, so to speak. Yeah, that's a good one. I personally don't want it. I don't care.
I really like the way, so for the chat and for those who don't know, Ivan and Danny have actually been going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays together, and they've been doing like author snippets together. And so I think that part's really cool because although we don't really see your faces, we can hear like all these different characters y'all are bringing bringing to life, right? And I was telling Danny in the last one, because it's during my lunch break and I get to pop in, right? Guys, I'd be risking it all for both of you. Just saying. Just saying, I'd be risking it all for both
We
of you.
appreciate you.
But I was telling Danny how like hearing the way she switches her voice from like one female character to another one, and you can tell it's a different character. That's so cool to listen to as y'all are doing it cold. Like that is such a cool insight for us. So I think that's cool. Yes, Sarissa, gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
That's why I hitched my car to her. She's the best.
Jess said in the comments she'd like to see bloopers.
Bloopers, oh man.
Yeah, I'm sure there's tons of them, and I bet they're awesome.
Oh, I do some interesting ones, you know, especially if it's an acting choice that I think is stupid. Sometimes I'll like reprimand myself, you know, in real life. So I'll say it one way, and then I'll immediately be like, what the hell was that? That was awful. Do it again. Like I absolutely tear myself down. Like that was dumb, terrible acting. Do it again. Like, okay. Yeah. So there's a lot of moments like that. And then obviously the occasional just slip up, you know, where you say the wrong word or just mispronounce it. That happens a lot. Or in Danny's case, if you just happen to say the word thong, you know, and then you just break you just break mid sentence.
Danny, he did not just call you out like that, babe. He did not just call you out like that.
I'm just saying I heard.
Sleeping on the couch tonight, babe.
So, Danny, there was a request in the chat for you to do the different variations of hello as well.
Ooh.
No pressure.
Don't do it. No pressure. This is a safe space.
I just want to remind you I'm half gay. Sweet, dangerous, delicious.
I said, remember, she's half gay, Danny.
She's lying. She's not half. It's full blown.
She's not half.
Yeah, she's all the way there.
Okay. Sorry.
To be fair, I'm hiding behind a mask, so give her some grace.
Okay. No. I thought it was cute. That was cute.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's sweet. What is it?
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Oh, that was cute.
That was
dangerous.
Hello.
And delicious. Delicious is next.
Okay.
Hello.
Listen, I've been no better than a man this entire book. I'm telling y'all. My crash outs. I was like, Danny's voice and Ivan's voice and Caden's voice. No, there was crashing out for all of y'all.
Danny.
Yeah,
I was straight. Danny, I was straight when I got here, ma'am. Oh my God.
Not when you got here.
We're no better than men.
It's only been an hour, Brie. It's only been an hour. No, but I agree. Like, I think that's, I don't know. I don't know that I think we talk about this often that we really don't feel like female narrators really get like as much like voice and like, you know, talk about in the book talk community. It's always like, oh, did you hear this book that Ivan did, or did you hear this book Joe did, or whatever? And I don't think that the female voices are ever appreciated enough. And you did the damn thing in this book, girl. Like it was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Damn straight.
So I just want to highlight that for everybody that is interested in listening to this book, that where Ivan and even Caden were fantastic, Danny was right up there too. I mean, she did a really great job.
I have a question for you guys.
Danny makes the book.
Yes.
Go for it.
Oh, thank you. So, graphic audio versus non-graphic audio. Feelings towards it, because
graphic audio.
You know, we have more coming, and I know a lot of authors ask themselves, you know, should I do a graphic? Like, do people like it and stuff? So as listeners, what do you think?
graphic audio.
I love
all the
graphic
way.
audio.
Yeah.
I'm
Love
just
it.
gonna say two words: the belt clink and the bed squeaks. Those.
Nope. For me, it was the skin
Just
on
like-
skin.
The
That's what I was
skin
just
on
gonna
skin.
say.
Yes.
I had to like lean in. I had headphones on, but I had to like lean in and be like, "Is that?
Am I hearing that right?
Is that?" There's no one with me to ask, so I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it is."
So
Yeah,
wow.
I
And I'm
will
in
say
the
for
minority.
me-
When, sorry,
No, go ahead, hon.
I was just gonna say I'm in the minority. That is all very distracting. I cannot absorb what's going on in the story. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, a lot of
Wow.
it is mixed, you know.
Yeah, for
some
sure.
people love it and some people don't.
Yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag.
I am 100% the minority. I don't like it. Just like Kaya knows that water is wet. I know that when the bed squeaks, the bed is squeaking. I don't need to hear that the bed is squeaking. I can imagine.
Listen, that had me at work about to burn my food because I'm a cook. At work, about to burn the food. I was literally like this in the corner at work, like.
It's like
whole
fires
time.
in the background, people
Yeah.
getting extinguishers. She has no idea because she's like this.
No idea. Just burn my biscuits in the morning.
Breathe, Debbie.
Does it cost a lot more for the author to make both? Because I know, like, books like Akatar, for example, has both. It has the graphic audio and then the non-graphic audio. So is it a whole new production if you were to make it a non-graphic? Like, would you have to do the whole thing twice, or is it something you could just remove?
You know, so here's the thing. With graphic audio, you cut out a lot of words. You take out a lot of he said, she said, you know, like action words where you act it out or the sound effect does it. So like when we get the script, it's not the manuscript like the book. It's an actual, looks like a movie script. It has a setting, it has sound effects where the engineer is going to add it in. So it is kind of a different, that's why we don't recommend immersive reading, because they're not lined up with the book.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I think, I mean, that makes sense. So that gives me more appreciation too for the books that they did both versions now, because I didn't know it was that much double the work. I didn't know that. So that's really incredible.
I also different actors too, I think, right? Like graphic audios are all different people and
I have noticed that too, because sometimes they record them at the same time and sometimes they record them at different times. Well, I will say Danny is my favorite female narrator voice. Out of every female narrator I've ever listened to, I love your voice. Like, it is just so, it's soothing, but you could be ferocious. You could be anything. Like, you are really talented, and I truly love listening to your voice. Like, number one female narrator for me, for sure.
Thank you.
Yes,
Agreed.
phenomenal job.
The same way you and Kaya got to experience my crash outs, Danny's been experiencing them, and I was just blowing her up like, PK's a bad bitch, and this is like the way I just like continuously told her over and over again, PK is such a bad bitch, and the way you have played her, I can't. I have no words. Chef's kiss.
Perfection.
You are
Absolute
fantastic.
perfection.
For sure.
Thank you guys.
Well, we love both of you. Thank you both so much for joining. I'm really happy that we got to kind of, have the experience of having both of you on it. Is really nice. Also, congratulations on this book. It's phenomenal. Like I said, you both did. I mean, I think you outdid yourselves. You really did a phenomenal job. It was my first graphic audio ever, so I'm blown away. I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching out for more from you guys. Again, the book is Wonderland Asylum, and it is out on Audible now. So everybody make sure that you give it a listen, because you're not going to be disappointed with this one. Yeah.
Little disclaimer, because for those who don't follow Ellis, I know Ellis was in the chat. Something ACX is like basically holding the book hostage right now.
It's a little delayed.
It's a little delayed, but it should be coming out. So like I know they're going to be posting whenever it's available, but we can do that as well because I saw her post about it on Instagram earlier. So we can let
Perfect.
them know. But it is
Good to
supposed to
know.
be out. It's supposed to be out soon. Like
All right, so
tonight or
yeah, just
tomorrow.
keep an eye out on their pages and our page. We'll keep you guys updated on that release, but definitely add that to your never-ending TBR because it's definitely worth it. We all know we have them. I'm not gonna lie; they're all never-ending, but
And
I've lost count.
join us on March 13th as well, because we will have the full cast back with us. And we'd love to talk about how our audio experience went listening to it for Wonderland Asylum by Ellis Worth. So you all join us on March 13th. The flyers are on our page. So go in there, save the flyer, and come back on the 13th so we can talk about what that experience was like.
I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
Thank you guys again
Thanks
so much
for having us.
Thank you.
Yes,
of course.
Thank you.
It's been great fun. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Until
We
next
love y'all.
time.
Bye.
Have a good one, y'all.
Bye.
You too.